What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Modern King. I'm your host, King Prime, and I'm here with part 2 of responding to your comments and Q&A session. I will be answering the question, should you invest in Bitcoin? I also have a slew of other questions here, so let's get into it. This question is from Jerry. I watch your video. I'm 66, trying to lose 20 pounds and a big belly. Well, Jerry, I appreciate your transparency. Thanks so much for watching the video. I am concerned about your diet and your activity. I'm not sure how much you exercise, but for you being 66, it is very key and pivotal that your diet is on point, but most of all, your activity. They both have to be intense. You have to be relentless about your pursuit and what you're trying to achieve. The older that you get, the harder it becomes. But I believe that you have what it takes. I believe that you have it in you. You're not looking at this, you're not researching this, and you're not taking this information in for no good reason. So I say take inventory of what you're eating, take inventory of what your activity is, and increase those a little bit better over time. And I promise you that belly's gonna come down and that weight's gonna come down. Here's a nice comment from Miss MC. She says, the Silver Fox Squad should make you a member. Well, that is very, very nice of you. I have a question, and maybe this is due to my ignorance and lack of research. I have no idea of what the true mission of the Silver Fox Squad or Silver Fox Club is. I've heard of them, I've seen them. My daughters have introduced me to some of their videos and posts and all that stuff. All I see is a bunch of men getting dressed and hanging out with nice suits on. Now, it's cool that men can get together and look good. I support that. But I also believe that men should have missions. So my question is, and I'm ignorant on this, what is the mission of the Silver Fox Club? Are they in the community making real impact and real change? That is what I'm about, and that is how I would like to affect if I am a part. And that is what I would find attractive as a member. When these men are dressed and they're getting off the bus like a single file line of elementary kids, like, I don't know what to think about that. And again, I know it sounds a little judgy. I know that. But I believe that there should be a mission there, and that mission should be pointed out to the viewing audience. Now, that being said, I would love to partner with the Silver Fox Club if the value is there. But if I'm gonna get dressed and look super nice, it's probably gonna be going somewhere with my woman. Here's a comment from Curtis. I asked this question some time ago. I did a poll in my audience and asked, what do you find most valuable, the finance, the fitness, or the fashion? 64% of you did say everything, so that's what I'm gonna stay with. But here's what Curtis had to say. I appreciate your financial and fitness knowledge. I like that you share those with us. I do not care for fashion. I am old enough. It's really sad that young lads do not know how to dress. I agree. It's one thing to have the urge when you get to a certain age to just be like, okay, I just want to focus on something else. Cool, understand. But to have never had that opportunity and to be a slob your entire life, that's different. The salsa dancing, I've taken a couple classes. I'm still not one of those, let me get out 11, 12, 1 o'clock at night and go dancing. That's just not my thing. Angela and I have really both been busy. She hasn't even mentioned, hey, let's go dancing. So I know it's in the back of her mind though, so I'm just trying to stay at the ready. Oh, we got another live one, Derek Cooley. This might be the silliest ish I've ever heard. Yes, I have all of these items, but because I like them, not because someone else thinks it's a must have. I have a good friend who dressed like a grown man in high school, and not because his mother or father made him, but because that was his taste. Maybe you're childish. As a grown man, I find it necessary to define my manhood based off things like responsibility, character, my willingness to take advantage of my resources to help others, and my ability to be a productive member of society. Are you telling me that men in a third world country who don't have access to these things can't be grown men? This is hella goofy. Well, Derek Cooley, you missed the entire point. I am here to educate, inspire, and level men up to be better at themselves and to take advantages in the areas of finance, fitness, and fashion. Those three things are gonna empower men like you and me and others to build greater responsibility and respect and influence within the world that we live in. If you're in a third world country, absolutely those things does not matter. I am not putting things over people. I am not valuing things over people. I just think people care significantly less about their appearance. They complain about not having advantages and opportunities. And how can you help someone do that without educating and empowering them? Good for you that you have all of this stuff. I'm positive that my message was not to have all of this stuff. It's just that if you're scratching your head and just like, geez, why won't anyone call me for that interview? Or why haven't anyone called me back for this date? There's your clue. People need guidance and people lack guidance. And that's what I'm here for. My audience isn't third world country members. You, Derek Cooley, may not be a part of my audience, but evidently you watched the video and you had something to say. I believe that you are a hole puncher. You know, a perfect piece of paper just sitting there minding its own business. It's in great shape. And then you come along and you punch a hole in it. Probably not even with an official hole puncher. You may use a pencil or a pen or maybe even your fist. But my point is that we have to find ways to help empower, inspire, educate, and lead each other and in a positive way. You're probably that dude that can find a problem with anything, anytime, anywhere. But I will say manhood, since you spoke about manhood starts with positivity. Now, my parents, leaders, and mentors taught me that if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. So I'm just wondering what your point was. Oh my God, so I finally got a pick me up. This is from Blessed Son 7. He says, thank you, bro, for everything that you're doing, for being a key king and wonderful teacher, plus communicator, and a true paragon. God bless you. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. That truly, truly touches my heart. That's the positivity that I'm talking about. It is my honor and privilege to provide value to you in any way that I possibly can. So thank you. Django Football says, great job, brother. This is awesome. Just retired out of the military at 45. I can't wait to tap into other opportunities to maximize my portfolio. You are doing amazing. Thank you so much for your wonderful and kind comments, and thank you for your service to this country. I want you to know that I haven't always been doing fantastic and amazing. So this is a journey. Anyone that's listening to this or looking at this, don't be discouraged based on what position you may be in at the current moment. It takes time to grow. It takes time to develop. It takes time to learn and educate yourself. It is important that you know that this is a process, and that you need to have a little grace with yourself and don't try to do everything within a week or a month or a year, but set some reasonable goals and get them done over time. Bitcoin, what are your thoughts? Should I invest? Bitcoin is one of those things that you should have gotten in a long time ago on, but it's never too late. It's currently going crazy because Donald Trump and the new presidency, that's the incoming presidency, is cryptocurrency friendly. It wouldn't be a bad thing to get some crypto. Personally, I like for my portfolio to be around 1% of my total assets. So I wouldn't put a whole lot into it. Your money would be better off in ETFs, stocks, and other sectors. Next question up from First Down Scouting. King Prime, really enjoyed this video. I work out at home almost daily for time savings. I do an hour a day of cardio walking or my ski Nordic track machine. I warm up before and after. Then I do push-ups till fail. I want to add weights, so thinking about adding resistance band. Do you recommend them? If so, do you have a certain type? I set aside 90 minutes daily for my workout. Is there a good balance between all? I am 50 plus, so really value your input. Please forgive me for the lengthy response. No problem on the lengthy response. I totally get it, and great job on having a workout routine and making it a priority. I really love it that you are active at this stage in your life. This is where a lot of people begin to knock off and they don't do the things that they know they should be doing or need to be doing. I don't have a particular brand for bands. Any resistant band that gives you enough resistance is just fine. Doesn't matter about the brand. I also love it that you warm up and cool down. That is key as you age. I would say, as far as your resistance, Don't be afraid to add more and more resistance to your training. The older that you get, the more muscle tissue that you need, and the more that the tissue is actually a protective element for your body. So incorporate and consistently increase your resistant training. I would certainly recommend doing more resistant training, weightlifting, and getting very little rest in between. That is really, really good for your overall health. If you're looking for some weights, I would recommend checking out Facebook Marketplace. There's always a good deal on there. Personally, what I do as well is I work out with a weighted vest. That's always a plus too. Not for the weak at heart, not for the weary. Next question is from Vincent. For core strength, what should I do? I can do 20 push-ups so far. Hey, I love it that you're able to do 20 push-ups. Push-ups are actually one of those things that help you with your core. All energy comes from the core. If you want to target the core specifically, I would do mountain climbers. I would do hanging knee raises. I would do one side carries. That's like if you have a kettlebell or a dumbbell on one side, it's going to activate the opposite side, and just go for a reasonable distance, maybe 5, 10, 15 yards, and turn around and go back the opposite way. I would also say the roller wheel is great. Side crunches are great. I may make a video on this in the future, but that's a good start for you to start to strengthen and develop your core. Hey, I appreciate you staying around, sticking around, taking in these comments. If you found any of these comments valuable and want to dive further into any of this, I've provided an entire inclusive playlist here in the areas of fitness, finance, and fashion right here for you. Subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, look your best, do your best, and be your best.